Let's talk about when my crazy fate allowed me to meet a crazy millionaire. I remember in 2005, I was going to the Prophetess Juanita Bynum conference over in Orlando, Florida, the woman on the front line. And I remember as I got my badge and paid for my registration and ticket. They sent everything through the mail. But then when it was time for me to go, I did not have the funds for no room. I had no funds for no tickets, no plane, no bus, no nothing. And so I remember going to a church service at Temple of Prayer under Pastor Prophetess Brandy C. Green. And I remember they had a guest prophetess in the house, and she was trying to minister, and she could not minister. She said, you stand up, stand up. So I stood up. She said, God said you have to go. I had just walked inside the service and told God, well, God, I know it's this week, but I ain't going. I don't have the money. Okay, it's well with my soul. I'm just not going. I don't have it. I'm not going. And the woman said, stand up. And she said, God said you have to go. She said, I don't know what this is. She said, but whatever it is, you have to go. And I knew what God was talking about. I knew what God was talking about. So I went to work. I told my friend LaShonda, I said, I'm going to work all 3 shifts. I don't care. I'm not going to sleep. I went work 3 shifts. I only made enough money to catch a Greyhound bus. I didn't have money for hotel. I didn't have money for nothing. I didn't even know what I was wearing, but I knew God said I had to go. So the way I packed my clothes, because I told the Lord, I said, okay, I only have Greyhound money. I said, I don't even know where I'm going. And I don't even have a hotel room. I said, but what I'm going to do, Lord, I said, what I'm going to do, I packed the book sack. So I packed light because I knew what I was dealing with and dealing in. So I packed like I had a jacket. I had a jacket, and I had dresses. I said I'm gonna change my dresses every day. I said I'm gonna keep the same shoes, and I say the shoes, these I just need 1 pair of shoes inside this book sack, because this 1 pair of shoes is gonna match each one of these outfits. And I said, I said, God, I said, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna sleep in the bathroom every night. I made a sign. I made an out of order sign. I said, because I'm gonna sleep in the bathroom of I said I'm gonna sleep in the bathroom of the conference. Listen at me good. I said I'm gonna sleep in the bathroom of the conference. I said I'm gonna put an out of order sign, and I'm gonna put my feet on top of the stall, God. I said I'm gonna sleep like this. I said, and if the people come in, if they gotta clean the bathroom, I'm gonna just be quiet, God. I was 25 years old at this time. And I remember being on the Greyhound station. At the Greyhound station. And I remember standing in line. And I remember trusting God and believing God, not knowing what was this, or that. And I remember they had a lady, this brown skinned lady. And she was in there. She was just cussing. Oh, the lady, she had to sell him out, y'all, pot him out. And watch this. And watch this. Listen to me well. She had a pot him out. She was cussing and she was talking. And I was like, this lady. And so I remember she was being loud, and she was being... like I be telling my daughter, stop being so silly, stop all that laughing, stop all that. She was just being loud. She was talking to everybody. She was doing this and doing that. And I remember it was time to load the bus because we was at a stop. And she was getting on that stop and on that bus. And I remember standing in line, and I remember she jumped in front of me. She jumped in front of me. And so the person behind me, they was like, you've been standing in 2 lines. Do not allow her to jump in front. You need to say something. So even as my mouth was muzzled. Like I felt the muzzleness. And I ain't never scared. Don't even think that. But my mouth was muzzled. Jesus Christ. That's that 17 welcome now. My made out of Bashaya. No, shut up, Kim. Stop that. So my mouth was muzzled. And I remember the person tapping. I was like, it's fine, it's fine. And so now we're on the bus with the lady. She's still been loud. She's still been religious. She's still cussing. She's still saying all kind of stuff. And I remember she came all the way. We went for a restroom stop. We went for a restroom stop at our next stop. And so she was still being loud. She jumping all in front, this and that. So now we are in Orlando, Florida. In the thing. And so she walks. We right here standing there. She said, what you in Orlando for? What you here for? And I say, oh, I'm going to the conference with Prophetess Bynum. What? Me too. That's why I'm going too. I said, okay. So she said, where you staying at? What hotel you staying in? I said, now it was never my plan to tell anybody while I was sleeping. That was between me and God, but God has control over man's mouth. So when my mouth opened, I said, I'm sleeping in the bathroom. So she said, oh, yeah, oh, she thinks she all that. Baby, nobody need to know where you sleeping at. I was just asking a question. You too good to tell somebody where you sleeping at? I said, no, ma'am. I'm sleeping in the bathroom. I don't have a place to sleep. She said, oh, it's you. You the reason why. So now I'm like, this lady religion, this lady crazy. Now she in my face. She's like, it's you. You're the reason why. You're the reason why I'm on this Greyhound. You the reason why you and I'm like, Lord, what is wrong with this woman? She was like, you the reason why they canceled my first class flight. You the reason why I'm on this bus right now. You the reason. It's you. It's because of you. And I'm like, who is this woman and what is wrong with her? She said, I am a millionaire. You better hear God. Shut up. She said, I am a millionaire. She said, you will not be sleeping in the bathroom. She put me up in a $400 a night room. Let me tell you, when Prophet is buying them, her father-in-law and all the guest speakers was coming in, I was there shaking their hand. I was on the same floor. I was looking at Bishop Weeks and all them and his father. I'm telling you. The lady said, I'm paying for everything. She paid for my meals. Prophet Bond, they had a t-shirt thing. She paid for the shirts I had to wear. She paid for everything. So now it's time to go. She said, look, I'm leaving a day early. But Prophet Bible said we couldn't. She said, y'all need to stay all the way through. I said, well, God, you told me I had to stay all night. And this lady said she leaving. She said, if you want me to pay for your way home. She said, how you get home? I said, she said, if you want to pay for your home, you better come now. For your way home, you better come on now. Because I ain't staying another night. But God told me to stay. So I said, but God said I got to stay. She said, well, find your way home because I did what I had to do. I'm leaving. So she wound up leaving. And so now the bill came under the door and everything. I still got the receipt for the bill. Because I was like, oh, Lord, this lady done left. And so the bill came under the door. Everything was paid in full. It's the last night. Now I'm asking God, how am I supposed to be getting home? So now I'm sitting in a coffee shop waiting for the conference thing. They had a young lady, and God had told me, he said, I need you to go tell this young lady something. She was about to get married, but God told me, he said, tell her she cannot marry this man. He put his hands on her last week, and he's going to abuse her even the more. So when I went, I said, you're about to get married? And she's like, yeah. She was like a islander, and she's like, yeah. And she is like working in like a little shop selling stuff. And I said, God said you can't marry him. I said, God said he's starting to abuse you. And last week he abused you. And God said, and she was just crying. And the people that was around me was listening, and the young lady was crying. Another foreigner put a basket. Oh, Kasha, if I not be God's prophet, put a bag. Put a put a basket in front of me, and the people around me begin to pour money in the basket. They begin to pour money in the basket. I was able to get home. While I got to my next stop, I was able to give money and feed a family that was at a bus station because I had so much money left over. You hear me? God got me all the way home. Took care of me while I was there. Got me there. Took care of me. Got me back home. Got to trust God. It look crazy. I know. But you got to make sure you know his voice. Obey his voice, because he's still trying to show you along the way. I could have left with that woman and just had a partial testimony. But God said, no, I want you to trust me all the way. Because now I'm about to do the exceedingly abundantly above. See, she had the portion to give. Oh, shut up. See, the widow woman got what she got, but I got a raven over here next. See, I know, but it's in the place where I plant your feet, because I went before you made your crooked place straight, but you can't see the straight until you get on the road where I've called you to walk, because the steps of the righteous man is ordered by the Lord, and your righteousness is not of you, but God in Christ Jesus. Y'all be blessed. I love y'all. My crazy faith. Let me be the crazy millionaire. God bless y'all.